Good morning. It's not morning. It's 12. It's 12:45 here. I have a household full of two sick kids and a sick mom. Pretty sure it's the flu, but we're going to go to the doctor. Well, I'm going to take two of mine to the doctor this afternoon, and hopefully we have some answers. But of course, the one that I have the appointment for, he's feeling a lot better today. But the other one I'm going to take, he's starting to go down. So I'm hoping they can test him too. Because, everything has to happen the week of Christmas when there's all these plans to do. So, but I wanted to chat real quick about something that I've been thinking a lot about. And I'm sure many of you have heard of this quotation. It's perfect is the enemy of the good. And I kind of went on this first I looked up to see who said that quote. And it's attributed to usually Voltaire. But then it's actually, he pulled that thought from a guy named Montesquieu in his writings, which, there's nothing new under the sun. So who knows who said that originally. But what was interesting, just because I love America and I'm super patriotic, this guy, Montesquieu, his real name, Charles Louis de Secondat. I probably butchered that. And actually, his thoughts on government and the separation of powers can be attributed to him in his writings. And I thought this was interesting. The founding fathers pulled a lot of how they shaped the Constitution from his writings, and allegedly second to the Bible. This is what the founding fathers referenced most in writing the Constitution. So I thought that was cool. What that has to do with fitness, nothing. The history part, nothing. But I thought that was interesting. So anyways, perfect is the enemy of the good. So let me scroll down because I wrote out my thoughts. But I wanted to talk through it. Okay. So the original thought, I believe, has a lot to do with fitness. I see a lot of people that value aesthetics and more unseen qualities in regards to health, and how many people would love a six-pack, but not many start to gush about how they want lower cholesterol or a lower resting heart rate. And maybe this is my cue to start wishing these things to random people to see the response. Instead of hope you get that six-pack, it's I hope you get that lower cholesterol. People look at me like I'm weird. People already look at me like I'm weird, I think. So it's okay. But this brings back to my original quotation. Many want the aesthetic benefits of exercise and dialed nutrition. And if they don't get those benchmark items, such as the six-pack abs, the lean, defined legs, the defined pecs and biceps, you might feel as though you're failing or the program that you're on isn't working. But there are other benchmark items: lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, lower resting heart rate, lower body fat percentage, that I could argue are a much better indicator of a person's health than the muscle definition that is so sought after. And I say this not to discourage muscle growth or leaning out to show more defined muscles, because I think that's important. But I say this absolutely as a don't give up if you aren't there. And not to be depressing, but it could take years for you to achieve some of your aesthetic goals, depending on where you're starting at. But it doesn't have to take years to take control of your health, or to even do the next good thing for your body. Like I said when I opened, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. So what's the next good thing for you? Here are some questions for you to think about. It might be, or here's some statements for you to think about. It might be choosing apples instead of fries, but it might actually be choosing the fries instead of the apples. It might be taking a walk for 5 minutes instead of scrolling. It might be sitting down for 5 minutes to take a mental break. It might be taking your lunch hour to lift some heavy weights. It might be taking your lunch hour to call a friend or a family member. It might be going to bed at 9 p.m. It might be getting up at 5 a.m., and it might be both. So you know what you need. You know what you need to know just as much as I know I need to stop writing. When I originally wrote this, I was majorly procrastinating leg day. And at the end of this article that I wrote, I knew I needed to get my leg day done. And I did, but I decided to write, to procrastinate. So there's that. So let me know what your thoughts are and let me know how I can help.